Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your favorite podcast host, the girl that says all the shit you're afraid to say, Rene, and welcome to the Spotlight Saturday live edition for the Rene Show. So today, for the month of June, I have all these entrepreneurs, these wonderful people doing everything awesome in this community. And my first guest today is Miss Jasmine Lee. She is an NRA firearms instructor, also a private detective. So I'm just telling y'all better keep yourselves together in case she has to come looking for some details on what you're doing out in these streets. So everybody, please welcome my guest, Miss Jasmine Lee. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. I was like, oh, she's going to kill me. I can't figure out how to get on my iPad, but I'm here.
It's all good. And I know you have such a busy schedule. So I was like, I hope we got at least good 30 minutes with you so we can get some information. Okay, dope. Well, let me introduce myself. I'm Rene, and this is my wonderful podcast show. It's the Rene Show, and basically this is something different I'm doing for June, and I wanted to spotlight a lot of different people who are entrepreneurs doing their own thing, have a business, just basically giving something positive to the community. And what I like about what you're doing is you're an NRA firearms instructor, like really. And a private detective, like really. Right. So I want to know, how long have you been doing this, Jasmine? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Ask the question again.
I was saying, how long have you been doing this type of work?
Okay, so I do a couple of things. So yes, private detective and NRA instructor. I am.
Oh no, I lost her. Okay, so Jasmine is on location right now, you guys, and she is dealing with a class. So I am taking her away from her busy schedule, but I'm sure she'll be able to join back in. I think she might be somewhere where the signal is just a little bit kind of down and a little wah, wah, wah. But other than that, like I was trying to basically get into the information of how long she's been a firearms instructor. For those ladies who are out there watching right now or interested in safety as far as firearms, being able to protect yourself, being able to get into getting classified or certifications, especially for carrying. Basically, this lady here is probably the person that you want to definitely try to link up with, get involved in some of her classes. She's always teaching, always having some classes available. So I'm going to make sure that she definitely plugs that information before we leave. We just got to hopefully get her back in. But happy Saturday to you all out there who are watching and tuned in live. Oh, here she comes. She's back. There you are.
Yes. I don't know what the internet was horrible, so I came outside for you. At least you get to see me in the sunshine.
Yes, I do. Yes, that beautiful face. Okay, there we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's try this again. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all good. It's all good, love. I don't have nothing to do but bake a cake later, so we good.
Okay.
So I was asking before that internet disrupted us. How long have you been in this field of work? How many years have you been doing this?
Okay, so I was saying that by trade, I'm a security officer. I've been a security officer for 15 years. I used to be a federal officer. Mm-hmm. I left that. A lot of politics in that. A lot of listening to people that don't make no sense. So I decided I was going to go out on my own. I started my own private detective company, and then I brought back the security guard stuff. As you can see right now, I got the security uniform on because I am teaching security officer right now. And so about 15, 16 years, started out, I used to be a mall cop. I used to do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Paul Blart,
Paul Blart!
The only thing I didn't do is I would not wear that hat. Those fake state trooper hats they make them wear. I didn't do that. I kept getting written up for that. I was like, I'm already short. Do you really think I'm about to put that hat on? It's not happening. So I've been doing this for a long time.
Okay, okay. Now, my question is, honestly, being that you're an instructor, did you have a liking or a hobby for firearms back in the day that made you want to get more in depth with them?
So my father has been a police officer and a Marine all my life.
Okay.
So I've always seen firearms, but my dad, weirdly, he doesn't like firearms. So I never got to like learn about them. I never got to go to the range when I was younger, nothing. But I knew that either I was going to be a police officer, but I'm from Buffalo, New York. And when I decided to be a police officer, they had like all these rules about needing college credits. And I couldn't stay in school. So I was not about to go back to college just to go be a police officer. And so I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. And then I saw the next best thing was like, oh, wait, you could be an armed security officer. So that's kind of how that started. I was like, wait, I do like guns. I want to get into them. And honestly, the NRA thing came within the last year, like 2020. So I always was armed, but then I never thought about teaching other people. But short story is, I am not one to be out at these marches. I be thinking everybody's sick. I ain't got time for you to be breathing on me. I'm all for the brotherhood, sisterhood, but I don't know you for real. Right. And so I'm not holding signs. I'm not marching. I'm not in a place to change the laws. So I was like, what can I do? Where can I fit in? What can I give back to my community? And how can I do my part? And my part was like, great. Y'all go ahead and be mad and say what y'all want to say, but I need to teach y'all how to defend yourself in these situations. I need to show you how to de-escalate a situation so that maybe you can go home as well as they go home, right? So that's how I came about to doing the instruction portion. I wrote a book on de-escalation, and now I'm about to start teaching that class on de-escalation because my firearm, even though I have it on me all the time, it shouldn't be my first thought process. Right. I shouldn't use the firearm first. I should figure out a way to get out of the situation, get away from it, or for it not to happen at all first. So that's kind of where it came from. Like, I was like, I'm not going out to no march. Like, I'm all for it. Black Lives Matter. Great. But I'm not doing it. You know, you got to know yourself. You got to know your weaknesses and your strength. And honey, I don't even like going Six Flags on a regular day. So honey, it's not my thing. But I'm giving away
everybody's bags. Right. I am not getting on that.
So I was realistic. And so like last weekend, I gave out free firearm training on like a really busy street, Greenmount in Maryland and Baltimore City. I set up a booth and I was giving out free firearm gun laws information and self-defense information. That is my way to give back because, you know, everybody has their place. So then I fell in love with it. I was like, wait a minute, I can really, so I give away, I raffle off free classes all the time. You know, as long as the business is going, I should always give back. So that's where the firearm portion came from. Now I'm stuck with it.
I love that. And the fact that you speak where you have so much passion for it.
Yeah, I do.
And I can hear it, I can see it. And just the fact that you just going out of your way and setting up a booth and doing your own thing to try to give some insight and information about this, because the first thing that people come to mind is, I'm going to kill you. I want to take a life. Right. So when you talk about de-escalating situations, it's very important because there's other ways to handle situations, but because anger sometimes takes over the mental, then it's like it's already a whole different issue than where it had to be.
Right. Anger and fear, right? Like if on the police side, there you got a guy who might be from, I don't know, Minnesota, Kansas, wherever, who has never seen a black man a day in his life except for on TV. So that means he only thinks you can play football or he only thinks you can be a gangbanger, right? Then they take him and they put him in the academy. He's never had a fight in his life. He's never fought anybody in his life. Put him in the academy. Now you put him in Baltimore City on Pennsylvania Avenue. You really think that guy is going to fight somebody? You think that guy is going to use de-escalation? You're setting us up for failure and you're setting them up for failure. Like, not saying that everybody is a really good guy and they just happen to be in the wrong place, but I'm just saying that some of these young guys who become police officers, they have no idea what's going on. If I can't fight and I have a gun on, what am I going to use to defend myself? The gun.
Exactly.
There's a lot of powers that be at B to make these situations what they are. And a lot of it is lack of knowledge, lack of empathy, all kinds of stuff, right? And then you just got some a-holes too who just don't like black people and they shoot to kill just because that's what they want to do. Right. But in every profession, you got bad ones and good ones. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my training thing is to make sure that the officers, because I do training with police officers too, and the officers and the security officers that I train understand that you're supposed to be preserving your life and the life of other people, no matter what they look like. So the escalation should be first.
With you saying that you train other police officers, do they look down on you to any extent, as if like, how is she going to even tell us
Yeah,
how we
sometimes
gotta be?
I don't even get certain contracts because sometimes they be like, oh, what do she know? She never been out in the field. My brother's a state trooper. I used to be a federal officer, and my father is a police officer right now to this day. So it's not even about have I been out in the field. I've been Black all my life. I've been gay all my life. I've been short all my life, and I've been a woman all my life. Trust me, bro. I got this, and I understand a lot of things that you couldn't imagine understanding. Right? Because I can talk to you from an officer point of view, but I can also talk to you from somebody standing on the corner's point of view too. Right? My best friend, my cousin, is doing 5 years right now on gun charges, but I'm out teaching gun safety. So it's just a lot of points of view that you have from having a life that has all kinds of, sides to it. So with that, I'm able to teach the security officers. I'm able to talk to police officers. I'm able to do those two things because I know it from both sides. Right. And I probably won't go back to the department because I know what is right and wrong, and I can do good out here by teaching both sides. Right. So,
you speak with a lot of knowledge and intelligence. I know you. How old are you?
So I'm 32. I'll be 33 next month.
That is, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. The children are the future. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love it. And just the fact that, again, you know your stuff. So you have the knowledge and you know what you're talking about. And it's, again, hopefully going to help somebody else to hear this. I want to know, honestly, on the private detective side of things, do people hire you like for spying, like on spouses or?
I just got hired yesterday. I just sent off an invoice yesterday afternoon. It wasn't a spouse, but somebody's trying to sue somebody and they can't find them. So I am looking for these two individuals that they're trying to sue. And so I get hired for stuff like that. And then I definitely do a lot of cheater stuff.
Really?
Absolutely. It's actually my favorite stuff to do. Like,
oh my God.
I just recently had a case where a guy, the reason why he got caught is because he had a lease with another woman's name on it and his name on it in his house with his wife. She was looking for something else and the lease was inside of a drawer and their shared office.
Dummy.
Dummy. Yep. So I already knew where the house was, because it was on the lease. So that was easy to go where I just had to watch him. I just had to do surveillance, take video, take pictures.
Right.
I see a girl, all kinds of stuff like that. So I get cheater stuff all the time.
Man, I would love to be the van guy. Like, what was his name from Cheaters and be jumping out? Be like, so now you done messed up.
Like, usually I'm by myself, but starting probably in 2022, I'm currently training a lot of guards and a lot of private detectives. So I'll have now a team to where one person's doing video, one person's doing this, and the price is going up, girl, once I start doing that. So,
yes, right. Yeah, so, I'm here for it. Please keep me in the loop.
Hey. I need all kinds of folks, okay?
Yes.
Folks doing all kinds of stuff.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, and for it to be local, and Baltimore is small, you be like, that is so-and-so. Oh, God.
So, because of that, I turned down, like, people who I know. Like, I've had plenty of people like, hey, can you serve this person? They didn't do what I needed them to do. Or, hey, I need you to serve my husband divorce papers. If I know them, I say no.
Okay.
I turn down that contract. I turn down the money because the money is not worth the drama that's going to come with it.
Exactly.
If you serve somebody it's going to be drama. And
Right.
my business is more important than that couple of funds that I'll make somewhere else.
Amen.
So, yeah, it's
Amen.
too small to play with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yes. I agree. I agree. Sometimes it's not even worth the hassle, the headache. You be like, no, I'll go ahead and you need to pass that on. If I got a referral, I will give that to you. But I'm
I had
not
a friend
putting
that got
myself in the
married.
middle.
She got married. I knew her, and she was suing the cake guy. But I knew the cake guy. So I was like, no, I can't do it. Nope. So, yeah, sometimes you got to, bite that bullet and be like,
right.
Nah,
I'm going to have to walk away from that one. Yes.
I always refer them to somebody else that I know. But now that I'm going to have a team, though, I can start not having to do that because I can let them do it. Because people they might not know my company name, and they're not going to recognize one of my officers or one of my detectives. So that's why, expansion is happening. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And we put that in the universe that it will take off. Yes. Yeah. Let me ask you, Jasmine, because I think this is so important. This human trafficking thing has not done anything to escalate. It has gotten bigger. It has become more of a problem, especially when it comes to teenagers and women being the target. How important do you feel as though that gun safety and firearm safety is important for women to know, to gain that knowledge and that experience today?
So I got two points. For teens, it's a little hard because they can't have it. Right. For women, and teens alike, the biggest thing is situational awareness, not even firearms. For teens, it's being where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. It's not lying to your parents. I know that's very difficult because I used to do it. Right. But the problem is you get taken and they go looking for where you said you were going to be. And you were never there. So now you're in more danger of never being found because you were somewhere you were not supposed to be. Right. So that's for teens. That's the first thing. You need to start being where you're supposed to be. Or even if you're lying to your parents, right? Because we got to be realistic. If you're lying to your parents, tell somebody else where you actually are. Right. So when police start questioning your friends or questioning, at least somebody knows where you're actually are. Somebody needs to know. So for me, this is weird, but even when I go out and interview witnesses or something like that, I send my mom the location. She could be in New York, she could be in Baltimore, it doesn't matter. I share my route and my location with her so that somebody knows where I am, and I have a gun on me. But none of that matters if somebody gets the drop on you, right? If somebody just overpowers you, right? I'm 5'3", I'm 150 pounds, actually 145 because I lost weight. But you gotta take into consideration all that. You have to make sure you know what's behind you. Like just now, I was sitting on my car and somebody walked to their car, they started their car, and it made me realize that I can't see behind me because I'm looking at the phone and I'm talking on it. So now I walked up the steps and now I'm in front of a glass that nobody's coming out of. Right. So it has to be you paying attention to the fact that, okay, I can't see around me. Not that something's going to happen where I am, but still you have to live in that kind of lifestyle. So for women, yes, having a firearm on you is definitely going to help that. If you live in a state that you can't actually carry that firearm, like Maryland, you can't actually have a CCW. We don't have one of those. You have to have a business. You have to be a business owner or some sort of kind of thing like that to have your on you all times or unrestricted. So it's a little difficult for that, but you can invest in a stun gun, pepper spray, police grade pepper spray, not the pepper spray you get at Walmart, but police grade pepper spray, stuff that's really gonna put a big grown man down. But part of that is paying attention, not sitting at your homegirl house with both windows down and y'all both looking at the phone. Girl, look what she posted, and nobody's paying attention. Right?
This is dangerous, right? Here.
I know a security officer that just got fired because they were in their phone and they got attacked with the window down. They got attacked and they got their gun stolen. So you can't do that anymore, right? People are going to pay attention to you. People are going to watch you, see what you do, and then attack at your most vulnerable moments. So situational awareness is way more important than having a firearm. But that helps because I feel like you're the tool. I mean, you're the weapon, and the firearm is just an extra tool, right? That's it. If I know how to fight, if I can pay attention, if I can do all these other things, I might not have to use my gun. But if somebody is bigger than me, more powerful than me, and I pull out a firearm, that makes us equals at that time. Because when I put a round in your butt, it don't matter how big you are, right? So,
right. And that's why I wanted you as my first guest today, because of the fact that it's summertime, it's hot, everybody wants to be out, everybody is just desperate for normalcy. And as the thing is, again, people forgot the common sense of being aware of your surroundings. I used to date an officer, and we used to go to the gun range and like just, well, she had to shoot, but I was learning. And the fundamentals of just safety with it. And of all things that she used to tell me is always keep your head on a swivel. Right. Because you got to watch, like I'm a driving instructor part-time. As I tell my students, keep your head on the swivel because you looking ahead, behind, to the sides, all of these areas are important. But all I see is this. People walking down the street, people in the car, people going live driving. And it's like, what if somebody just knocks your door and gets in and be like,
people forget to lock their doors.
Yes.
They sit in the car. There's a lot of things that people just forget to do nowadays because everything is more important.
Right. And those are just the little simple key things you got to do just for safety.
Right.
With your classes, you offer, of course, the fundamentals of firearms, and for women and men or everybody to pretty much become licensed or be able to, get their permits. Right. What is the firearm you normally train them on to be able to get that certification? Is it anything in particular?
So if you have your own firearm, I always encourage you to take any class with your own gun. Take a test with your own gun, because that is the gun you're going to wake up to in the middle of the night. We hear that thump downstairs. That is the gun that you're going to use for your self-defense situation. So if they don't have a gun, I have my own guns, which are usually Glocks because they're most reliable. They're good priced right now with all this COVID price hiking. So I usually train everybody on a Glock. I am a Glock lover. That is my thing. I am very biased when it comes to that. But if you have your own firearm, no matter what that firearm is, that's the one I'm going to train you.
Okay, got you. Because I was going to ask you, do you have anyone that's basically your favorite of your favorite? And you said the Glock.
Well, if we're talking about guns in general, I just built my first AR-15, and that right now is my favorite gun. It is the same color as these are my company colors. This green and black. So it's green and black, got a 16-inch barrel. I got a red dot scope on top. And I'm currently still building it out, but that right now is my favorite gun. So
you broke it down like it was a new 2022 Lexus. It's got the red scope. It's got the barrel.
Yeah, it is.
And you said you built it?
Yeah, I had somebody who is a part of I belong to a gun club at Guntree of Maryland. I'm a VIP member here, and there's a lot of trainers here, a lot of people with some money there. So they always tell you like what you're supposed to be buying, how to use. So I take all the advice from everybody who's been doing it. And I just ordered parts from different places, and I just finally got it and put it together, and it came out good. It works.
Nice. Any gun you haven't shot yet, or you've been through all of them?
So crazy thing is there's a million guns. So yeah, there's a lot of guns I haven't shot yet. I try to shoot there's a lot of members here. I try to shoot all their guns. Okay. Some of these people are buying like $3,000-$4,000 guns. I shot an $8,000 1911 the other day, right? I'm not buying an $8,000 gun. I just don't see the necessity of that, right? But you got one, so I shoot that. So I try to shoot people's guns all the time because I want to get a feel for other things than the things that I usually buy. I'm very practical when it comes to money, and I'm very practical when it comes to business. So I buy most of the stuff that has to do with business. Okay. So I haven't bought a gun that's like just crazy and fancy just because yet, but I am maybe soon.
Okay. That might be the next adventure, because I know you got to be able to position yourself when you're in stance for that kickback to come back on you.
All of that is with learning those fundamentals, though. All of that is with learning a good stance, a good grip, breath control, learning all of those will combat that recoil, because the recoil is never going away. Every gun has recoil. Well, besides like AR-15s, they don't really have a lot of recoil, but those handguns, all of them have recoil no matter what size they are. So you have to learn those fundamentals and get a good grip and stance, and you'll be able to overcome that all the time.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about how you holding that gun too. If you're not holding it properly, it's gonna go back. Your body's, if you're not standing properly, a lot of people like to stand backwards like that. You stand like that, that gun is gonna go backwards because you're backwards. If you're leaning backwards, that gun is gonna go backwards. That's just how that goes.
It makes me think of Rush. Was it not Rush Hour? It was the movie with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube when he was
Right along.
Knocked his backwards to the glass.
Right.
Like, nope. And I get you. I'm 5'4". So with the fact that I know where I'm comfortable, that ain't where my comfort level is.
That's where that training comes in. That's all. Everybody watching, that is where that training comes in, because I can teach you how to do it so that you're comfortable and so that your body can manage that recoil. That's all. It's just recoil management. Everybody can do it. Because if you got kids in here, 8 years old, 10 years old, they're shooting the same guns as us and they're doing well. So
kids
it's
can
all
shoot?
about here. Yeah.
With adults?
In this range, I think you could be 8 years old.
What? Yeah,
I've taught people 5. So yeah.
Wow.
You gotta think, people on the other side, these people, they've been teaching their kids since their kids was 3 years old. Little girls, little boys. We behind the times when it comes to that.
You're right. You're absolutely
Our kids are learning from movies and music videos and idiots on the street. So yeah.
Yes, you're right, sis. You're right. We are behind. We need to speed up a little bit and get the
I think it is changing. I think the whole climate and the whole thought process around guns for our culture is definitely changing within this last political situation.
Right.
The BLM, the George Floyd, that whole thing definitely kind of took a turn where people are like, you know what? I am my own first responder. You have to call the police. I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna call y'all after I put this man down.
Right.
Y'all gonna have to come get him.
Right. Now I'll call the police.
Right. Hello. Yeah. I need a cleanup crew, ma'am. What? Yeah, ma'am. Aisle 1. Like I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? So for real.
So when is your next class running for you? For training?
My next class, I don't even have my June schedule up.
Okay.
I'm currently working on my June schedule because I am going out of the country for a few months for work and play.
Good.
So I'll be in Barbados. So I'm switching my classes to online, and then the gun portion will be done by one of my instructors. Because I have hired new instructors, trained new instructors. So my portion will be done online from wherever I'm at. And then so we are making our schedule now, but you can find my schedule on all of my social media.
And plug your social media. What is your social media?
I am Jazzy CEO on everything besides LinkedIn, which is where we found each other.
Right.
I am Jazzy CEO on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. My schedules are on there. But on LinkedIn, you can find me at Jasmine Lee. And business wise, my company is called After Hours Security, or After Hours the brand. You can find me on everything at After Hours Security. So schedule will be up there too.
Dope. One last thing before I let you go.
Okay.
It is Pride Month. What does pride mean to you, Jasmine?
Are we talking about just the word pride, or are we talking about this month's actual pride meaning?
You know what? I'm talking about as far as this month's actual pride meaning.
So for me, I don't even really know what it means to me, except for I can say what it makes me feel.
Okay.
How it makes me feel is that I can go in any room and be comfortable in my own skin and what I wear, how I wear my hair, how I talk, how I act, my mannerisms. I don't have to apologize for that, right? That is the pride I take in loving myself, especially in this industry, in this business, in this world. You get jobs where sometimes you have to dumb down your gayness. Sometimes you have to dumb down your everything, your blackness, your woman. Being my own boss, I don't have to do none of that stuff, right? This is actually my first pride where I don't work for anybody. So I don't have to dumb none of that down. So I think this month, and to tell the truth, I usually don't even it's not like I do anything special for Pride Month ever, really. I'm always working or something like that. So this year, I'm so much more into pride because it means so much more to me. It feels different because now I can do me, how I want to do me without apologizing, without feeling like, do I make this person feel uncomfortable? I don't care. Move.
That's it. Right. That's the go ahead down that way. Okay.
So this year it hit a little different, So yeah. Like last night, we literally just changed our logo, my after hours logo on all our platforms. We just changed it. It has the rainbow in it and all that. So yeah. So, it's not a lot of security companies owned by anybody and LGBTQ. So it's something that I do that I know that a lot of people don't do. And I just wanted to let people know this year, we hire no matter what. I did a whole thing on my Facebook where I was like, I hire locks. Like, I'm hiring you because of your hair before I even hire you because of your skill level. I could train you. Right. There's a lot of people that get turned away because of their hair. I just started doing my hair probably a year and a half ago. I had a low haircut, to conform to whatever. Right. And now I'm like, you didn't get the job because you got locks? Oh, come work for me. We are a lock hirer, right? So that's the same thing for the community. I hire in the community, so. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. Oh my God, sis.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because that right there is the reason why I wanted you to be a guest on this show. You show these women we are powerful. We can do what we can do. We can do whatever we want to do.
Whatever we
are our own bosses. And not only that, whether it's a construction company, real estate, firearms, firefighters, whatever. Listen,
we got it.
The skills.
Right.
We can handle this.
We can handle it.
About it.
We can handle it.
Yes, we can. And I love that. Yes. Well, I'm glad I was able to get you before you went off to Barbados for a couple of months. Jesus.
It should be fun. I've been working hard, and I don't usually reward myself. I just move on to the next goal.
Right.
I keep pushing, I keep going, and so my friends are finally like, "Hey,
come on."
Things are in place. You hiring, you got do something for Jasmine, and so this is for Jasmine.
Right. They the plane's leaving, and you got the morning. Right.
So,
yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you are deserving of it, Jasmine. Everything that you told me, the stuff you got coming up, I wish you the best.
Thank you.
I will be in the loop with you, so I will be watching you, young lady.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for cheaters. If you need a guest host next year, whatever.
Hey, I just might. Oh, let me say one more thing before
Sure,
I go.
Go ahead.
I am doing a charity event this month, June 27th. I hooked up with Omega Sci-Fi, and I am giving back to 2 of their scholarship foundations. But the event is here at Gundry in the VIP lounge. Free cigar for every person that attends. We're doing actual live shooting. We're doing a simulator, open bar, food, the whole 9. So tickets are available now. You can find that on all my platforms as well.
All right. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to come out and support that. Definitely.
Yeah, come out. Yes, come out, definitely.
I will. All right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate you more. Thank you so much. You have an awesome weekend.
You too, and have a good rest of the show.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, there y'all have it. Miss Jasmine Lee, first Pride guest for Spotlight Saturdays for the Rene Show. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't get a chance to see it all, go back, rewind it, start back from the beginning. Get that insight. Get that gun love. All that information, ladies, it's all there for you. She plugged her information where you can find her, where you can take the classes, promotional things going on, events going on. Listen, the youth, they out here. They doing big things. 32 years old, running her own business for security, firearms, private detective. You heard it here. Rene Show. Listen, until then, next Spotlight Saturday live edition will be with the His and His Show next Saturday right here at 1 p.m. on my YouTube channel. Make sure you share this. Tell somebody else. Y'all got to subscribe, honey, so you can be alerted to all of this goodness. All right. Until then, you guys have a great Saturday. Love ya. Bye.